The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization. Use of any firearm without proper training in safety and firearm usage is extremely dangerous. It is highly recommended that anyone owning or using a firearm attend a certified firearms safety course and practice proper firearm procedures. The views and opinions expressed on the K-Gun Show are those of the individuals and does not reflect the views and opinions of the K-Gun Show, R&R Firearms, or Talkwad Studios.
Straight from Talkwad Studios in beautiful sunny Tampa, Florida, this is the K-Gun Show. The Second Amendment needs our voice. We bring you the latest information about all firearms while revisiting some of the true classics in the industry. We are NRA certified instructors, and as always, safety and education is our first priority. The K-Gun Show is brought to you by R&R Firearms.
Good evening and welcome to the K-Gun Show. I'm your host, Jerry R., and we're filming live from Tampa Bay. My co-host, Catherine Frank, is unavailable today. She is feeling a little bit under the weather, so we hope she feels better and gets back to us next week. And this week we have a great show ready for you. We have the FMK. We have FMK live on the air in a few minutes from California. The David Wolf, who is the president of FMK, will be with us, and he'll be talking about the nice little handy FMK pistol, which is a great little product. As always, we like to remind everybody of the NRA safety rules, the three basic NRA safety rules, which is always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction, always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot, and always keep the gun unloaded until ready to use, which is good practice for any training course. Any accredited firearm safety course will follow these three safety simple rules, and if everybody follows these simple rules, everybody will stay safe and can continue using the firearms. I usually mention some of my background, and I've been in firearms since I was a little boy, probably around 10 or 11 years old, when my father, grandfather, and great-grandfather took me out to the farm and taught me how to shoot the .22, and since then I've been around firearms all my life. I've taken many safety courses and certifications throughout my history. I currently hold an NRA certification as a safety instructor. I also currently hold an FFL, which is a federal firearms license, which gives me the capability to sell firearms. And we have a store in St. Petersburg, Florida, called R&R Firearms. And it's a great little store, and we like taking care of our local people. We also like taking care of people throughout the U.S., and we like talking to people and finding out which firearm they like to buy, and we find that proper firearm for them. We're not one of those retail stores that just sells you what we have on the shelf and tell you that's the best way to go. So, and otherwise, we're going to hear a few words from R&R, and then we'll bring David right on to talk about the FMK.
R&R Firearms provides
Not sure exactly what's going on, but as you know, technical issues come up, and we are working those out, and we should be back here live momentarily. I do apologize for the inconvenience, and I do appreciate you tuning in to the K Gun Show, which is normally filmed live every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock at the Talkwad Studios in Tampa Bay, Florida, which they have a beautiful studio, and anybody who's interested in hosting a TV show should stop by and talk to Alex at the Talkwad Studios and see if you can get a TV show yourself. And we'd like to also thank all our sponsors, R&R Firearms, Talkwad Studios, FMK, who is going to be on the air here shortly, and also UTS Shotgun, which is a great little 15-round pump shotgun. And looks like we're back on live with video, and hopefully we'll have the commercial here momentarily. And of course, momentarily sometimes means a few seconds longer than normal.
R&R Firearms provides their customers with the time and education they need to make purchasing a firearm a safe and easy transaction. R&R Firearms also offers NRA training courses, including the training needed for your Florida concealed firearms license. Please stop by our offices at 1411 16th Street North in St. Petersburg, or visit our website at rrfirearms.com. Appointments are available to fit your busy schedule. Please call area code 727-822-7900. That's 727-822-7900.
Welcome back to the K Gun Show. And I believe we have David standing by from FMK. David, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for joining us. And I apologize for the technical difficulty we had earlier. But we do have the FMK. Before we bring it out of the package and show everybody, why don't you give us a little background on FMK and how the company got its start?
Well, we actually started back in 2006, and our background is we're actually an injection molding company and a CNC machine shop. And we had a customer that was actually wanting us to produce some firearm products for them. And as we got into the project, we realized that that's something that we could actually do and really do a good job at. So we started working on manufacturing our pistol, which you see there today. And that was about, I want to say, we started about 15 years ago with the idea. And then in 2006, we actually then hit the market. So as we came out with this pistol, we realized that there was, as far as our philosophy was to come out with a pistol that would be a quality American-made pistol that would be affordable for every American to exercise their Second Amendment right, and that there was a portion of the marketplace that we didn't see that, and that's the reason why a lot of people know of our pistol as the Bill of Rights gun. When we first came out, every single one of our pistols had the Bill of Rights engraved on that, on each of the slides, and so that was something that we felt that was not a gimmick, but something that was really important, that we feel like our nation has kind of fallen away from our Constitution. And it's something that we want to remind everybody that it's something that we hold dear to our hearts and what makes us have a free country.
Sounds good. And thank you. And before I bring out the FMK, I'd just like to remind everybody that we do follow the NRA safety rules when it comes to safety and in-course instructions. So whenever we have a firearm present in the studio, we will not have ammunition present. And the firearm has been checked by myself and also another certified instructor to make sure that the gun is unloaded. And I do have dummy ammo here to show, and you can see that it has orange tips, so you know for sure that this is dummy ammo. So let's open up that case. And I have to say right off the bat, the case is a nice little case. It's a heavy case. It's a heavy case, and unlike some other firearms, they come in cardboard boxes or inexpensive cases, and you pay a lot of money for your firearm, but it comes in a cheap case. And this one does have lockable holes, so you can lock it, so you can lock it right in the case that it comes with, so there's no need to buy another case. Nice design, David.
Oh, thanks.
So let's open this guy up a little bit.
The case itself is actually something when we say that we manufacture, we actually manufacture every part of that gun, including that case. That case is manufactured in our facility, and was actually engineered here as well.
Wow, that's cool. A lot of people I know do buy other cases and have them aftermarket and put their name on it, and that's impressive that you actually have your own case. And so, tell me a little about this gun.
All right. Well, basically, what you're holding right there in your hands, it's a compact pistol. It's got a 4-inch barrel. It's 23 ounces. It actually, when you're holding it in your hands, it actually is very comparable in size and dimension as a Glock 19.
And I totally agree with you. I am a Glock fan. I do own a couple of myself. I do carry the Glock 19 quite often. And you're right, the feel is just like my Glock. It's very comparable in weight, the feel, the grip, everything is extremely similar.
So yeah, so it actually, as far as in the class, we see a lot of our customers comparing it side by side to a Glock 19. Obviously, there are differences, and the differences that we've done in engineering that pistol is that if you notice, if we could start with the backstrap of that pistol actually is manufactured with a 2-stage construction, and it looks like, it feels like rubber wrapped around the back of the backstrap. It's actually a polymer material, and inside of that are actual ribs that have been engineered to disperse energy outward, so it actually softens the recoil.
So it's not going to have as much. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Without being like cushy, like a rubber backstrap would be kind of cushy. That's actually very solid, but it actually, because of the way it's engineered, it takes the energy and disperses it outwards instead of backwards. So it actually makes it feel like you're shooting a whole caliber less than you're actually shooting. So you're saying this helps you have more control of the pistol when firing it.
So it's going to have less of recoil than my Glock is what you're telling me.
Yes, exactly.
That's impressive.
The other unique feature is the barrel. The barrel seats lower in your hand, and it gives you that point and shoot accuracy, as well as it gives you less muzzle flip. So it's comparable to the Glock, where the Glock seats a little higher. So you're going to get more muzzle flip with that than with our pistol, which helps you stay on target and gives you tighter groupings.
And I do notice on this firearm, like you'd said, there are sayings on it, and this one does say "I'm proudly American," which is a great little added feature. And if I remember correctly, you still can buy the gun that says the Bill of Rights on it.
Right, and one thing that we do is, because most of the guns that are out there today don't have the Bill of Rights engraved on them, you can special order those, or some dealers will maybe have them in stock. But if you happen to get an FMK 9C1 that is, the slide is plain, and you would like the Bill of Rights, you can simply send those back to us, and we'll engrave them at no charge and send them back to the customer, so they can still get the engraving if they like the engraving. But you're right, we do still have some markings on the pistol, like on the back where it says freedom and liberty, and it says thank you, Armed Forces. And there's still some things that are molded into the actual polymer frame itself.
Yes, there is.
And one of the other unique things while you're looking at the back of the pistol there is that you notice that it says there's a chamber loaded indicator.
Yes.
That's something that we actually have patented. And what's unique about that is when it's chambered, it actually will stick out. And so not only can you see it visually, but in a situation as a self-defense pistol, you may not want to take your eyes off your subject or your target, and you don't remember in a stressful situation whether it's chambered or not. You can simply just brush your thumb across the back and actually know if it's chambered or not.
Yes, I just put a dummy round in it, and yeah, I can feel that it's pointy. You no doubt that it's going to be there, and you can actually see it somewhere on camera on that first close-up. So I mean, it's bright red and it sticks out, and there was an angle there, and you could actually see it. I lost that angle, but when I first saw it, you could definitely see it, and that's a great little feature. And these are dummy rounds, so and it goes right back in. And it was a nice, smooth action. I mean, it cycles very nice, which is great. Nice clip. And I believe it is a 15-round clip, correct? Or 14-round clip plus one in the chamber.
Yes, it's 14 rounds plus the one in the chamber. We'll give you 15 when you're carrying it. One of the other unique features that it's just rolling out in production right now. I'm not sure if you have one of them there now, but all the ones that are shipping at this, as of this date, they have a Glock sight system.
Okay.
So any Glock sight, and there's like over 300 different sights that are available for a Glock, are now available to be used on our 9C1 Gen 2 pistol. So that opens the door for fiber optic sights. It also opens the door for Tritium sights, so you can do night sights now. And it's really been a huge. We've had a lot of requests for night sights and fiber optic sights, and now it's making it really easy for the customer now to be able to put their favorite sight onto our 9C1.
And it looks like I'm looking at this box in a little more detail. It comes with extra sights. So the sights that can come off, and I'm guessing it's a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, so you can fine-tune your accuracy on the firearm. So that's a great little feature. I know a lot of firearms that we buy for customers, they don't come with the extra sights, which is a nice little feature.
We manufacture all the sights. We actually manufacture, literally every part of that gun. So we're able to do some extra things, with the as far as what we can include. So you also get 2 magazines as well.
Yep. Now, do you get
2 magazines?
I didn't see in here a safety lock. Do you include safety locks? Am I missing one, or is that something you guys don't include?
So presently we don't include a gun lock with the pistol. It's most of the dealers, if it's required in your state, they actually will include them with them. It's something that we're looking into possibly including with it. We do include a bottle of G96 gun oil.
Yep, I did see that. And I believe as far as keeping a lock, that's actually a federal law, that all firearms have to be sold with a trigger lock. It's an FFL, ATF federal law.
So that's either going to be, right now, it's either being included by the distributor that you purchase from, or they're leaving it up for the dealer to put with the firearm.
Yeah, we do buy them by bulk, because obviously whenever we sell a firearm that's been traded in used, we have to sell it with a trigger lock. So we always have some online available for our customers. But I just do know sometimes a lot of the firearms come from the manufacturer with them. Of course, it's another good place to put your name on it, and it's free publicity when a trigger lock gets passed on to somebody else. Wherever you can put your name on is always a good thing.
Exactly. Matter of fact, I just had a conversation with the lock company about 2 hours ago about actually starting to include some locks with our firearms. So that was something that literally up to this point has not been something that we've done, but it is something now that we are looking into including along with the firearm.
What else is special about this firearm?
Yeah, one of the other features that we haven't talked about is the actual shape of the actual slide. When you're looking at like an XD or a Glock, they're boxy. And so if you notice, ours are beveled. And what that does by having the slide beveled, it actually helps you sight quicker. And so it brings your front sight up, and it actually enables you to actually enhance the way that you find your target. And it seems like a subtle thing, but when you're actually pulling your firearm up to find your target, those little things actually become very important. So that's something that we've added that's unique about our pistol. And one other thing is, right underneath the barrel, we have a Picatinny rail.
Yes, you do.
And so that's where you can put your flashlights and your lasers, whatever accessory that you would like that's Picatinny will actually fit on that rail. And a unique thing about that rail is we actually designed that with Surefire is not far from our facility, and they had some people may have a long flashlight,
right,
for a regular size standard pistol, and that'll actually work on our compact pistol.
Oh,
so
cool.
we've designed it so that you can put not only a compact flashlight, but you can actually use a long flashlight as well with it.
And can you is your barrel interchangeable? I know in some Glocks they make aftermarket barrels that you can change out for different reasons, and some people change their Glock barrel out, some people don't. I had a customer that changed one out that it stuck out a little bit further in the front of the gun, which made it look cool. Wasn't really, I don't think, practical, because that's just another thing sticking out of your holster and thing you have to deal with. But it did look cool.
Yes, we have right now. We do have a limited edition. It's a 9C1 Gen 2 that's in honor of our Marine Corps, and it actually has an extended barrel on that. And that extended barrel could work on any of the 9C1s, obviously, and it sticks out about 1/4 of an inch. And we also are in the process of manufacturing a threaded barrel. So that's something else that we are getting ready to come out with as an option.
Very nice. I did notice, like you mentioned before, this one actually says "Thank you, Armed Forces," which is a nice little addition to, thank our armed forces, because that's very important. And they do give up a lot of things to keep us free in America, which, we definitely thank you, all the armed forces out there. And we're glad some of the manufacturers are supporting our armed forces. And, made in America, you can't beat made in America. There's only a handful of firearms that are made in America. And, most of them are very good. I keep looking at this little red thing that sticks out if it's loaded. That's a great little feature.
Our chamber loaded indicator is something that we actually have a patent on, and it's unique in the sense that you can actually rub your thumb across as well as see it. It's something that it's kind of a minor thing, but once again, when you add all the little minor things up, it really makes a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
You're in a stressful situation. One thing about a striker fire is you don't know if you've chambered or not by just visually looking at the gun without checking the chamber. And by the time you actually rack the slide back to take a look, you have an opportunity of actually either spinning around out, or it could actually even cause a jam. By
Right.
actually having that in the back, it makes it a lot safer for you to be able to determine that even without having to look down at your pistol.
Tell me about the trigger safety. It looks very similar to my Glock trigger safety. Does it feature the same way? Work the
It's
same way?
exactly the same way. Our trigger that's another thing that's, we had a lot of comments on our new fast action trigger. That's our fast action 316 trigger.
Yep.
It actually it works very similar to the Glock trigger. Matter of fact, when you take the slide off and you look at it, any gunsmith that will look at our pistol broken down, they look at that trigger. Anyone that knows how to work on a Glock will know how to work on our pistol. So there's no learning curve as far as them looking at our pistol and doing trigger jobs. So you can do the same trigger jobs that you do on a Glock, you can do on our pistol as well. It comes out of the box with about 5.5 pound trigger, which is real close to the Glock's triggers that come out of the box.
Yep.
So it's very, very similar. A lot of people have said ours are a little smoother and a little lighter. That's the feedback that we've been getting, but it's real close.
And how as far as testing with ammunition, does it have a preference on certain ammunition, or have you tested pretty much through all the different grains and hollow points?
There's if you actually go to our website and you go under, I think it's media and news, under our video section, there's a couple people. What we've done is we actually just found videos that people have put up themselves. They're not something that we produced.
Right.
And there's a gentleman that's actually put out there where he's run, it's about maybe 25 different types of ammo through the pistol, and you can watch it cycle and what he's using and what he's doing with it. We've put a lot of effort in the design of our magazine and the way that it feeds ammo, and the design of our feed ramp to actually hold just about any ammo you can throw at it. The only ammo out there that's a little finicky with it right out of the box is Winchester. The
Really?
Winchester white box, since the ammo shortage, there's something that's changed, because originally it worked with Winchester white box fine, and now that's the only ammo that is giving us a little bit of a problem. But once they get about 100 rounds through the pistol, it softens those springs up, and then the Winchester will run. But any other ammo that they've been throwing at it, plus P, different types of grain, different types of hollow tip, ball, whatever they throw at it, it's running and cycling really well.
Now, it comes with the two 15-round clips. I assume you make the 10-round clips for the states that 15-round clips are illegal?
Yeah, that's one thing that's also unique about our pistol, is that it's actually available for every state in the United States. So that means we have a California, Massachusetts model. We have a New York, Maryland model. It can be sold, and basically there are subtle changes. The California model actually has a double action only trigger.
Okay.
And it has a mag out safety. That trigger is interchangeable with the pistol you're holding there right in your hands right now with the fast action trigger. So if someone would prefer a double action only trigger, they can purchase a conversion kit, and literally you tap out the two pins on the side of the frame, you'll be able to pull straight up on that trigger, pull the whole trigger mechanism out, including the rear housing,
Okay.
and slide the double action in, tap it in, and now you have a double action only.
So what you're also saying is if I decide I want to sell this to somebody in California, I can modify this to make it legal in California.
Yes, and also some people when they do concealed carry, prefer a double action because it's a longer, stiffer pull.
Yep.
They actually prefer that as a safety feature. So when they actually pull it, they know they're pulling it. And also, with a double action, you get the double strike capability. So that means if you had a misfire, you're able to just, without having to rack it, you could just pull a trigger again and get that second round off. So there are some people that prefer a double action for concealed carry. Obviously, the single action has got a lighter and crisper trigger, and that is when you're going out shooting at the range, most people prefer that.
Right. I did bring a couple of my Glock, universal Glock holsters just to check them out. These are just standard over-the-counter holsters, nothing special. It's not the actual holster I use to carry my gun. I use a custom holster made out of Florida and Sarasota. But it seems to fit right in there nicely with this inside the belt holster, just like my Glock does, which is great. And also have an outside the holster that I use so when I'm hunting and want my sidearm, and it fits right in nicely just like my Glock does. So it looks like it fits majority of, at least the two Glock holsters I have, it fits nicely into the holster that holds my Glock. So it's a nice little firearm. And
Thank you. We also, there are a few holster manufacturers making custom holsters for our pistol, and Blade Tech is one of them. So if you were to go to Blade Tech, you can get any of their holsters. They have a mold of our pistol, and they can manufacture that. They also have some stuff that they stock as well with mag pouches. Frontline's another company that makes holsters for our pistol. Ulysses, which is out of Buffalo, New York, they make a nice leather holster. And Center of Mass makes a real nice Kydex holster as well for our pistol.
Sounds great. Well, thank you, David, for coming on the show. One last question. What do you carry? Do you carry the FMK pistol, or do you carry another one?
Absolutely. I carry the 9C1 Gen 2. It's
Nice.
I'm not just saying that because we make that here and that's what we sell, but it's by choice. When we go out shooting with family and friends, I'll bring a bunch of them, and everybody comes over and loves the way it shoots because of that softer recoil, the less muzzle flip. It's a really fun gun to shoot.
And is it available only in 9mm, or is there other calibers?
Right now it's a 9mm. I know in the fall we're going to have a major announcement, and we will be having a 40 available, and I'm sure by Christmas time.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break for a quick commercial, but then David, I'm going to ask you to stay online for just a few more minutes. I know you have a package that I want you to speak about just real quickly, because it's something I want to bring on the show in the next couple of weeks. So if you could stay tuned after this commercial, tell my audience about the package that we're talking about.
All right, no problem.
We'll be back in just a moment.
R&R Firearms provides their customers with the time and education they need to make purchasing a firearm a safe and easy transaction. R&R Firearms also offers NRA training courses, including the training needed for your Florida Concealed Firearms license. Please stop by our offices at 1411 16th Street North in St. Petersburg, or visit our website at rrfirearms.com. Appointments are available to fit your busy schedule. Please call area code 727-822-7900. That's 727-822-7900.
So, David, we're going to wrap things up, and what's the package that I'm referring to that you guys have, that you teamed up with somebody?
Yes. Well, we teamed up with Just Right Carbines. They have a carbine that shoots pistol rounds.
Yep.
And they've manufactured a magwell that actually works with our magazines. It's called the Freedom Fighter package. We're two American-made American manufacturers here in the U.S. Creating a quality product, and we've gotten to know each other, and we felt like it was a really good fit because we have the same philosophy to put together a package where you can have one rifle, one pistol, one set of magazines, and one set of ammo, and go out and have a really good day. Or just sometimes in situations where you want to just have to worry about, you don't have to worry about having your AR magazines and your other ammo, and you can have one set of ammo, one set of magazines, and a rifle and a pistol, and you're ready to go.
Yep, that sounds like a great idea. And, in a stressful and dangerous situation, the last thing you want to be worrying about is which magazine do I have? Do I have the AR magazine, or do I have my pistol magazine? Great idea, concept from two great American companies. And keep looking on our Facebook page at thekgunshow.net. That's thekgunshow.net. And we'll be scheduling at the FMK, the Freedom Package, in the probably next month sometime. We'll get one of those in here, and we'll go through all the options of the FMK with Just Right AR-15, and we can check that Freedom Package out. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I do apologize for running a little bit over and the technical difficulties. We'll get those squared away for next week, and stay tuned. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock on the K Gun Show. Have a good day, and thank you, David, for joining us.
All right, thank you.